Okay, then. Buenas tardes, everybody. Good afternoon or good evening or whatever time it is you're watching this from. Welcome to the stream. We've had qualifying in the top class, which was, of course, very interesting. But now it's time for the feeder series. I'm your lead commentator, Robert Ionescu, back after being away from work. And I'm sorry about the quality of the commentary yesterday from my replacement, but nevertheless, I am Robert Ionescu, and alongside me is the man who played secondary duty yesterday, Dennis Graf. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm very glad to have you back here in the commentary box, Rob. Yeah, I think.
Yes, I am very excited.
Yeah,
Well,
indeed.
yeah, we've arrived here in Barcelona for round for round 4 of the season. Sorry, not 5. It's an Iberian double header, and after this, who knows where we're going to go. Up next is the voted track. But first up, it's going to be the race here. If we missed qualifying yesterday, and I missed it as well, it was Benz Wallinger to pole position in the VAR. Not VAR, sorry, not in the VAR, in the Univer Trophy. Different three-letter abbreviation there. But yeah, he took his first pole of the season, his first pole for the new team. And I have to answer the intercom right now, so I'll be right back. You can read the grid, Dennis.
Okay, so I think without further ado, you shall take a look at the grid. Here we go. So I said Benz Waldinger had a bit of a opposite of
And I'm back.
Oh. So I do the first
well,
4, then
yeah, you can do the first 4 this time.
So in second, we have Alexander Arnold in the Charus. In third, we have Frank Chinat in the Dams. And in fourth, we have Rose Hansen in the Trident.
Yep. Afterwards, who do we have? It's Aaron Curtis, her teammate in P5, hoping to get his first win. Blake Moore in P6 in the Carlin Huamen Nguyen, the two-time winner here and last year's winner in P7. And Gabriel Rico is in P8 in the Campos.
In P9, we have Jafari Blackwood in the second Dams, head of Gabriel Critico in the second Unite with Josie. P11 is Darabos Daniel in the VAR, and P12 Simon Oscar in the high tech.
Yeah, by the way, is everything okay on my end? Do I have any issues with my mic, or is everything okay? Championship leader Agatino Bivona is 13th on the grid. Yeah, Bivona, the championship leader, is in 13th, Adam Chobot 14th. Henry Watzel is 15th on the grid, Joseph Soto 16th.
So in P17, it's Tobias Kress. Is my mic better now?
Yes. You do everyone remaining because I'll have to open the door in a few seconds.
Okay, in P18, we have Luca Farina in the ART. P19, Henderson Nome in the Carlin. P20, Jonas Martins in the second high tech. On the final row of the grid, we have the Campos of Dennis Graf, of course, doing testing duties for Ferrari earlier today. In the last place, we have Ruslan Podziuk in the MP Motorsport. Yeah, so I shall take a look at the weather. And as you can see, it's going to be bone dry, and we wait for Rob, or will we start? That's the answer to that.
Well, it's time to get going here in Barcelona. It should be quite an entertaining race. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Yep, indeed.
It's a fairly long round down to turn 1. Plenty of overtaking chances on the first lap. Later on in the race, though, passing here has always been notoriously tricky, but it's not impossible. Be careful because we will see some action, and there will probably be a crash into turn 1 at the start. We will see. Either way, it's time to get going with today's race. Are you guys excited? I'm not reading the chat, but I hope you are, because here we go. 40 laps in front of our drivers, 25 laps of fuel and Benz Wallinger's tank. And is he gonna hold the lead after the long run now to turn 1? Or will Arnold get the jump on him? It's time to get going here for round 4 of the season. And we got 5 lights, which are gone. The race is on, and it's a good launch from China there in third. He's gaining in the slipstream Waldinger, but he continues to lead so far. Arnold will have the inside line. He should be able to launch down the inside and take the lead. Let's see, can Waldinger do anything?
So
As here
early.
goes Reynolds trying to go for the lead, but Waldinger holds on on the outside, brilliant defending there. I think Hansen is up in the third place. And yep, Oskan meanwhile makes a move for 13th position. Farina's lost a couple of places. Brodziuk all the way up to 18th. That's a very solid start. Graf down in last as Farina taking some damage. He's collided with somebody.
Yeah, his rear wing is gone. Let's see.
Oh, he got Martins.
It was Martins. Yeah, indeed. And
oh, sorry, it was
Martins.
It was
also
Curtis who jumped it to
damage.
third, not Hansen, wasn't it? Looks like Aaron Curtis actually got the jump to third place. I thought it was his teammate there for a second since she started higher. But Aaron Curtis has had a brilliant start. Let's see it again. Yeah, that's why I thought it was Hansen, because I never saw him pass her, but that was a brilliant run. He got the slipstream from Waldinger, his former teammate. Tried to send it down the inside, didn't quite have the grip to pass those two, but he did pass everyone else in the process.
Yep, indeed. So it was a very good start for Curtis, as we've seen. So he'll go through to turn 5.
Very close contact there. The pair of the Martins and Farina continuing to race after colliding with each other. And then it's lap 1, Benz Wallinger leads. Alexander Arnold struggling a little bit for pace. Aaron Curtis is going for it. Is he going to go around the outside of Lakaisha? No, he's not, but Moore is going to send down the inside of China, staying behind. I think Curtis is fueled a little bit lighter than the rest of his guys, meanwhile. As Crest makes a move on Sonome, he takes 13th. Or as Benz Wallinger would say, Sinonimi, though I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Nevertheless, here goes Benz Wallinger. Speaking of him, he's got 1 second advantage over Alexander Arnold, who appears to be under pressure right now. Looks like Blake Moore's going to get a good run on China here. It'll be his first overtaking opportunity. His first real one. I mean, he's going to go for it. But here comes Aaron Curtis, the reigning champion. He's going to go for the move here for second place. Arnold goes very deep. But can he hold on into turn 2? He just about can. Though he's lost a lot of time to the leader in doing so.
And also here the guys who are pitting for damage.
Curtis is going to go for it. He's going to force him out. And that's second place for the reigning champion. Moore is also up in a 4th place. Good move as Darabosh. Makes a move past Gabriel Quintino, get himself up into 10th place. Graf is up in our position. He's overtaken just Rick Suto there, meanwhile, for 19th.
Yep.
It looks like Arnold
really
might lose the honor place. Blake Moore is gaining quite rapidly. He's up on those tires. He's going to switch to the inside and sit here. Past the German driver. No, he's not. He's going to wait as there's a major lockup for China. Oh, meanwhile, Blackwood runs into a little bit of into the back of Nguyen. I think he's still a little angry after being called Jake a couple of times. Commentator is Jafari.
Yeah, to be honest, I understood not Jake, but Jack. Which is very funny.
Nevertheless, Blake Moore, and looks like our front row man is struggling quite a lot for pace. Meanwhile, Rose Hansen is going to make a move on China. Wallinger setting an early fastest lap. The advantage, and this is an easy pass for her. She's up in the 5th place. The championship leader, meanwhile, is scrapping with Gabriel Quintino, but Bravona can't get the move done into 1 or 2. Looks like he might have to wait, maybe for turn 4, though that's a long shot. It looks like Hansen is gaining on Moore, who's lost some time to car ahead. And look at this, Bravona, the guys who finished 1st and 2nd, and going very deep in turn 4. Henry Watts has got the pass on him.
Yep, that is true indeed. Curtis gained
some
3
pressure.
places.
Hansen might have a shot.
Also, I can hear myself in the background.
Well, maybe you should mute your stream. Nevertheless, Hansen has got Blake Moore there. A little bit of contact, a little bit of an RG Barty, but both of them get away just fine. So no damage there, no spins. That meanwhile, he's defending for Soto. He's up to 17th place in the meantime, so he's getting some places. Arnold setting a personal best right now, but he's losing a lot of time. As Blake Moore, I think he's not close enough to Arnold. In fact, he'll have to worry about another attack from to the next lap we go. And can Moore do anything to keep that charging trend behind? Or has she gotten? Look at the straight line speed advantage. Kurt is setting the fastest lap. But here comes his teammate, Rose Hansen, going for the move in turn 1, and she's got him nice and clean. Moore can't do anything about that. Chobot in the meantime makes a move on Suto. He's got past his compatriot. So up at P18. The former championship leader drops down to P19. He's really struggling in this race. As Krez defending there, trying to hold on to his position. Waldinger has 2.6 second advantage to his former teammate. But is that going to start decreasing, I wonder? Kurt seems to have some good early pace, but don't forget, he has a fuel advantage right now. Meanwhile, Arnold is under a heap of pressure. Rose Hansen's gonna try to put both Trents on the podium. Is she gonna dive to the left here? Looks like that just might happen. And Hansen has not got the move down just yet. Trying to jump behind sector 3 and he can't find a way through there as Contino has a major lockup while trying to defend from Agatino Bevona behind. 2.7 the gap is, but Kurz might go for another fastest lap. We'll see. Arnold quite under some pressure. Hansen might be able to get him in towards the next lap. And we'll get an update, of course. 2.7, Waldinger is getting just a little bit on Curtis. But Rose Hansen is making up places every single lap. I don't think Arnold can do anything to fight here. And she's going to get onto the podium unless Arnold can somehow brave around the outside of turn 1. No, he can't. Hansen up in the third place. Great move. Well, not a great move. I mean, great that she got the move for her. But wasn't a difficult move, that's what I'm saying. Still, I think she'll be happy with that, as Blake Moore will be next to target Arnold. Meanwhile, here goes Jafari Blackwood, battling still with Haman Guillaume, but can't quite find a way through on him, as Senome is right behind Kras, couldn't get the job done there. Here goes Dennis Graf into turn 4, with Joseph Suto, forcing him the long way around, but he's got him. And Suto's season after that brilliant win in Baku has completely fallen apart, I'm afraid, so far.
Yes, sadly for him, it really did. After that race win, as you said, he didn't had a lot of luck.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Here comes Blake Moore out of nowhere.
Ooh.
Couldn't quite get the job done there. And I hope you liked my little wrestling reference there, as here goes with some to get into turn 9 of Lakaisha. Can't quite get the job done into the hairpin. It's very difficult in that corner. As Henry Watts has gone a little bit deep here into Bank Sabadell. What exactly happened to him? He was right behind Sonome, but I just understeered there a little bit. Can hold on to the apex. Oskan tried to sneak in there, but there's no way he was ever going to make a move there.
Yep, luckily he keeps his place. He will fight Blackwood. We're looking at Moore trying to repass
Arnold. And Arnold Milo's just another spot right here. Can he get the move done? Well, no, Moore can't. Arnold defends around the outside. Moore could still have a chance to turn 4, though. Let's not forget that Sonome is up in the 13th place. Brodsuk up in 16th. He's gained 6 places so far in 6 laps. And the gap between the leaders is not shrinking at the moment. Vona, meanwhile, is still stuck in P12 behind Contino. But look at this. Chobot trying to go for a move on to Samuel Oskan. It was a little bit difficult there, I'm not gonna lie. Couldn't quite make it. Hansen has only 14 laps to fuel, so that could be interesting. But she is getting her teammate Aaron Curtis right now. These two have raced each other wheel to wheel, even last week in Portugal, of course. So, could there be any friction between the two Trients, or are they gonna work together to try and ensure one of them gets the race win? Because Benz Waldinger has a pretty strong pace, and he has more fuel than them, I think. As Jafari Blackwood is gonna send it past Haman Gwen. That is a brilliant move.
Yeah, great move indeed. Up into P7 for Blackwood.
Yeah, he definitely had to work quite hard for it, but he'll be very satisfied with that. As now Alexander Arnold is struggling massively for pace right now, as Blake Moore, he's been losing a lot of time to the podium place to cars. As Hansen sets the fastest lap, speaking of which, but Blake Moore will be determined to try to chase back up to these guys. And if he can get the move done now, he'll have some clean air in front to push. Getting him into turn 1 on the brakes. Arnold goes very deep. Mamor just can't have the grip there. As Gabriel Rico has stayed behind Haminguen there. 2.7 between the leaders, but Hansen is clearly the fastest car in the top 3 right now. As here goes Shaw trying to attack him more into turn 4. Surely not gonna work. It was touch and go there, but he couldn't quite get the job done. As Rico is up at P8. Great move. He's overtaken Haminguen into 4. Oskan drops a place. Meanwhile, as Bollinger is still leading, managing the gap to Curtis. It's Curtis against his former and current teammate. What a race this is shaping up to be a freeway strategic fight. And I bet Blackmore wishes he could join that fight, as Jafari Blackwood, meanwhile, has just about caught up to his damn teammate Chochanat. He's gonna send past him like he did on the previous lap? No. He's staying behind, maybe waiting for the main straight. As look at this, here goes Bivona. Clearly impatient.
Contact a bit. Oh, there's a tire flying. Contact happened. Yellow flag, someone's crashed.
Pro took a major damage. Sorry about the little interruption there, but he's just driven to the back of Chris. What was that? He's taking him out.
It's, of course, 2 of the top 5 in the championship. Collided
indeed.
And
quite a big
it's a teammates.
Rule 1.
I just realized, Rule 1 MP, that is absolutely, horrible for them. Yeah, Potsdok definitely break late.
It's hard to believe this is a team that won the team's championship 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, but now look what happened to them. It's...
Bivon also had a little bit of a run in here with Quintino. He did nudge him just a little bit. He actually went inside of his rear diffuser, but somehow these guys didn't get any damage.
Yeah, luckily for them. You can see the wheel of Crest flying through the picture.
And Rustam Pertuk's charge has once again taken an unfortunate knock. But this time, unlike in Portugal when it was entirely out of his control, this time it was entirely self-inflicted. As he's holding up these guys massively, Graf might benefit from most kind of a compromised exit here. Meanwhile, in our teammate fight, I hope they keep it clean. As Jafari Blackwood,
they will keep it clean, I'm pretty sure. Yep. They showed how it's done.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes, Graf going through an Oscar, he definitely had an advantage because of Potsdok being slow in front.
Look at this, Bavanas just lost the place to Soname into turn 4. As Soto is trying to make up places back, he's overtaken Oskan. Good move. Chris' car is still being removed. He's gone onto the new part of the track. Yellow flag still out there being waved ferociously. As Waldinger's lead is up to 2.9 seconds. Actually down by half just about now. But he's clearly got some good pace.
Yep, that is of course good for his race, for Waldinger. Yeah, but the race is still very, very long, so anything can still happen here. Yeah, he is. Let's look at the gap. It's 2.8 seconds, so Curtis gained another half tenth. Rob is still here.
Well, we have a fight on our hands right now between the two tridents. I hope they don't impede each other too much.
Yep, hopefully for their sake they won't. Here's Oscar trying to repass Soto. And did he make it through? I think. Wait. Yes, I think he did. There were the guys with damage early on. And there's of course a big fight for P4 and then behind them for P7. Here Ball going close to Arnold again.
Flags though.
Yep, it was a good defense.
Yeah, indeed, as Quintino is in front of Bivona, defending from Sonome here. And yeah, not much to say really other than the fact that Rose Hansen is very, very close to back with her teammate Aaron Curtis, who is under a heap of pressure right now. But not a massive heap. He can still defend the position turn 1, no problem. I'm not so sure I can say that about Alexander Arnold, though, because Blake Moore might just about finally be able to get him this time. Does he have the overlap? Does he have confidence on the brakes? Arnold goes deep, and once again, that defensive tactic has paid dividends, as Gabriel Rico is up to 7th place, past from Chow China, with a big straight line speed advantage in the Campos, just getting before the braking zone even. Gatino Bivona tried to cover on the outside, Gabriel Contino and make it work. Look at Blackwood here. He's attacking more, but didn't quite make the attack fruitful just yet. Watson, forces Bivona offline. Bivona's lost 1 place, maybe 2 to Sonome. Can he attack in the turn 5? It's famously known as Sam Bird Corner. Look at this. Protsiuk steals the fastest lap away from Hansen. Clearly showing the fresh tires do have some sort of impact. I wonder though if Protsiuk, there Arnold has a major lockup. I was saying, I wonder if Protsiuk could maybe fight his way back, not into the points, but at least into this battle, perhaps. Who knows? We'll see. As Chobot has run this battle, Chris's car is still being removed, so yellow flags will be out here for a little bit longer. As we need to take a look back at the battle for 4th place and that Shrine battle as well. You can see it on the minimap right now. Hansen is getting our teammate. As here goes Blake Moore once again. Is he going to do the same move and fail yet again? Or can he finally find something this time? Because he doesn't seem to have the straight line speed to get the move down outright. He has to get on the brakes, and every single time he fails. And this time Arnold shut the door early. They could have collided there if they weren't careful. As Oskan is going to try the same measures first to shutting the inside down aggressively there. So it goes wide, almost bring Will off track. Into turn 2 though somehow holds on. Great defending.
Yep, that's very great defending indeed. As the Trident teammates are very close to each other.
Using all the track that he was,
Yep.
Moore try to get the move into turn 6. Yellow flags have been lifted meanwhile, so Hansen will have a legitimate shot here. Into turn 9, careful there, your teammates. And these two listen to my advice, thankfully.
Yeah.
Moore, meanwhile, he's gonna send it right into the back of Arnold. And you knew this was coming.
Oh.
They have collided, but thankfully there's been no spinouts or damage.
Yep. For their sake, it's very good. They keep going, can keep going racing without any harm.
Yeah, indeed. Meanwhile, Arnold, I think he might have to worry about a little bit of a threat called Jafari Blackwood behind him before he can overtake. Moore have to worry, not Arnold. Arnold will be the next to worry once Blackwood gets the move done. As Watson is next to target Quintino. Bavona tried for many laps and he couldn't get him. But Watson, on his first shot, gets the move done easily. 3.1 between the leaders. Meanwhile, Hansen's also dropped a little bit to her teammate. Nevertheless, Blackwood is going to go for into turn 4. Moore is going very wide, but so is Blackwood. No collision, but the Jamaican driver is going to have to wait if he wants to get a position. Arnold pulls away just a little bit from these two guys, but he's really not getting enough to escape.
No, not really. You see Curtis.
I'm just going to say Alexander Arnold has been a major hindrance to Blake Moore's and Jafari Blackwood's pace, because I think Arnold is just staying up on his own. Just look at the minimap, how many cars are in close proximity to him. And just how far out the top 3 are.
Yeah, Arnold definitely hasn't the pace, but he has the straight line speed to stay in front.
For now.
I think we should see pit stops in the few laps time coming.
Well, Rose Hansen is very lightly fueled. She's got 8.7 laps in her wagon, but she's also got a lot of slipstream on her team. Aaron Curtis is going to shut the door into turn 1. This is going to be tight. Curtis goes very deep. Has the inside for turn 2. Uses that to good effect. Hansen still, though. They're going to take it side by side. No, she backs out. Meanwhile, Blackwood overtakes Blake Moore. Can he do what Blake can and overtake Alexander Arnold for P4? We'll see.
Yep, that's of course his target. Let's see if he can get it done. He's Jobo trying to attack.
Chobot is circling
Sinome.
around Sonome. It goes extremely wide into turn 4. We've seen this move happen so many times, and not just today, but in the past as well. And Chobot is up a place as Henry Watzel. His next target is going to be Daniel Darabush, and this will be for points.
Yeah. The points are where the big moves are starting because there's something worth.
Here he goes. He's going to switch to the left. No, he's actually staying nice and composed here. Maybe lifting early to save a little bit of fuel. As Oskan is going to dive to Joseph Suto. And these two guys have been engaged in a very intense battle, the two former championship leaders. Looks like that battle's gonna keep on continuing just a little bit longer.
Yeah. Let's see, can Watzel have good slipstream, good speed to make the move stick on
4
Darabosh?
seconds meanwhile between Waldinger and his former teammate. As here goes Henry Watzel. He's all over the back of Waldinger's compatriot Daniel Darabosh. And there's no answer. Their Grand Prix just got a lot of straight line speed. But watch for Bavona. He's been stuck behind Quintino for God knows how long. But he's still stuck there.
Yep, 30 for him. Still stuck there, but
maybe not now.
maybe not
He's
anymore.
got a brilliant run into turn 4. On Quintino goes wide and finally has to give up the place.
Okay, that was a good move.
Yeah, indeed, but Bavona will be struggling to know that he's not in the points. Meanwhile, into turn 9 goes Rose Hansen. Into the Curtis shuts the door, and once again they avoid contact. My goodness me.
A good piece of avoidance by Hansen there.
I don't think Curtis cares about anything in the world other than his track position right now. He doesn't care about the team as long as they don't crash.
Yep. But luckily this time it went well.
My goodness, that's slower than the Monaco hairpin. Rose Hansen clearly had to put a lot of luck there to avoid her teammate. As Sonome is behind Choba, who is behind Quintino. Not for long though, because he's gonna send. No, he's actually not gonna send it. He's gonna stay put behind. So maybe for a little bit longer, he will stay behind.
Yep. It is for now a good fact. This is. Will we now see a move from Blackwood against Arnold?
It took like more 15 laps, and he still failed to pass Alexander Arnold. Jafari Blackwood is gonna give it his first shot, and will this be a successful shot? On to the run to turn 1. Will Arnold be able to pull his great defense, or can Blackwood stand right here? No. Looks like the Arnold train is still alive.
Yeah. Now I have the feeling actually that Arnold could.
But that's all the good speed he's got. Even though he's fuel lighter than Blackwood, he's much slower on pace. As Bavona is up into 11th, he's already taken Darabosh easily.
Yep, but maybe can he make the move here? No.
Very close to contact. But Arnold doing the ultimate defensive masterclass as Chobot will be next to get Quintino here. Or maybe not, he's staying behind nicely as Oskan. Still trying to overtake his first Soto, but still having some difficulties, I have to admit. As Blackwood is being reeled back in by Moore, who might have a shot to get him into turn 9.
Yep, indeed. He is on board with Moore. It's just being behind.
Blackwood definitely felt the need to go offensive there.
Yep.
As Sonome is going to switch to the inside, right to the back of Adam Robot. Well, they kept their cars in a straight line, so I can't really say I have a lot of complaints. As looks like Henson might get a run over teammate and Curtis, but not enough of a run to make a difference. Meanwhile, Vance Wallinger has increased his advantage, not dramatically, but it's up to 4.7 seconds. Anytime can matter a lot.
Indeed. By the way, what is actually the difference between the fuel loads of Waldinger and the Tridents?
4 laps. So even with a disadvantage, Wallinger is quite quick, so I think this will be a dominant win if he can hold on. Of course, he was leading dominantly. Never mind that. Rico is going for the move on Blakemore. He's got him.
Yeah, that was a great move from the compost of Gabriel Rico. He's now up into P6.
Yeah, but what I was going to say was that Mansfinger did lead dominantly at Bruno last season before a brake failure took care of him into the first corner. He'll be hoping he can stay clear of any reliability woes.
Yeah, he will hope for that as well.
Meanwhile, Blackwood, V Arnold round 3 is or round 2 is about to begin, I think.
And is Oscar trying to attack again, but doesn't do it.
Look out, Hansen can get our shot.
And it's very close now. He puts out to the right hand side.
Curtis with a very big squeeze, he's getting extremely wide, but this time, has Hansen not enough to get him around the outside of turn 2? And the answer is yes, she's finally got him.
Oh, Hansen through. Yeah, finally. It took about,
Brilliant
I don't
stuff.
know, 10 laps.
They had to work a lot for
Oh,
that
it's
one, I
finally
think. But
through.
Rose Hansen has done an excellent move. Great job from the American driver. Should be very happy with that. Jafari Blackard up next. To go for the move on Arnold into turn 4. Can the Arnold train stop? Not anytime soon.
Yep, Moore doesn't have the best pace at the moment. He comes to the graph. Stays behind. For now at least.
Yeah, for the moment.
He is get the battle with Sinome and Jobot. He's
Ooh,
Blackwood.
Blackwood had a little look there, but immediately backed out. As Watson's not gonna back out. But you're trying not leaving him many options.
Yep. He's Oscar.
He's got him. Yeah, he's overtaken Suda.
Yeah. Well, it was I think it's a bit of a surprising move.
Yeah, I'll say.
Especially that because Sutter wanted to attack Graf and then Oscar took full advantage. With Sutter having his line closed and yeah.
Well, that was very intelligent. As
One
Curtis
of the
is
Tridents
struggling
will pit.
onto the pace of his teammate. Are they gonna double stack? You kidding me?
No, only one of them will pit. So
Alright.
the red pit indicator, one of them.
So I'm trying to meanwhile is down P10. There's an overtake from Henry Watzel. Is Adam Chobot? Almost collides with Contino there. Zoskan tries to make it 2 for 2 but can't get Graf. Look at this, into turn 5. On the run to turn 5, I should say Blackwood. Has he finally gone into the Sandbird corner? No. He wants to escape the Arnold train. You can feel his frustration. But the Arnold train is not stopping just yet.
Yep. That is true indeed.
The new meme of the OC, the Arnold train. Is it gonna come to a halt now though? Blackwood gonna stand into turn 9. Has enough of the Arnold train, but I don't think Arnold cares about his feelings.
And who's actually the Trident who will pit? I think it's Curtis.
No, it's
And it's
Hansen.
Hansen. It was so fast that I didn't know which one of those two will pit.
Well, that's the first scheduled stop of the day.
Yep. Let's see how fast it is. .7 seconds. Also, think someone else is also going to pit. Yes, Quintino is also in.
One else making a move.
Where we and rejoin. Right behind Graf and head of Oscar. The war got back past Rico, was it? Yes. War back up at the P5. Doing the classic move into turn 4. Here's Green also attacking. You know, that's also not good for Hansen, because they are in traffic. Big traffic, I have to say. Because The Curtis will come into the pits. Yeah, oh, that's a big lock up for Rico. Yeah, that's very good work for Walding ID. That's lucky. Now Hansen trying to take Graf. And it doesn't make. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's not good pace for the German. As Curtis now in the pits. Yeah, let's see where he will come out and how stop is 7.2 seconds, half a second faster than Hansen. So I think someone else was pitting. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Suto's in.
As I'm back, apologies, had to do something, but looks
Yeah,
like
good.
Aaron Curtis has just about got the jump, thanks to traffic.
Yeah, that worked very well for Aaron Curtis, indeed. He had a clean lap with even a faster pit stop. Yeah. Hansen still stuck behind Graf.
Like I say all the time, the undercut can be very strong if you avoid its main danger. That is of course traffic, and if you end up in traffic, doesn't matter how fresh your tires are, if you don't get that track position, you can't do anything. As Jafari Blackwood has run into the back of Alexander Arnold, but has not taken any damage. Nevertheless, Hansen was very bold to go for the undercut. Her team was very bold, but I think it could have been very good, but for the traffic. And then his Graf has thrown a wrench to her plans. If she wants to get past Aaron Curtis, she'll have to do it all the way over again. Meanwhile, both of them will gain a significant undercut on Ben Svallinger, but he should be able to get back with fresh tires. As Blake Moore is in. He's finally going to try to overtake Alexander Arnold in the pits.
And let's see how fast this pit stop is gonna be for Blake Moore, the Briton. 7.5. Also in the pits. This is Hans now finally got past Graf. Also Nguyen is in the pits.
After a lot of time. You have the two-time Barcelona winner in the pits. And someone else has gone up to the back of Dennis Graf. He's got sent into turn 4, and he goes very deep there. I told you.
Yeah, very deep indeed.
Towards this battle, but he has to pit again, of course. Let's not forget. Meanwhile, Blackwood and Arnold, round 9. Which way is it gonna go this time? Into turn 9 we go. Oh my goodness me. I think Jafari is very, very frustrated right now. As Adam Chobot is battling with his own teammate Daniel Darabosh. Another case of Rule 1? Thankfully not. They have respected Rule 1.
There are a lot of pit calls.
Yeah.
Graf is going to the pits. Same as Arnold.
Well, he's done a brilliant job defending all those positions, but the Arnold train is finally going to come to a temporary stop.
Yep. It stops on the marks, getting new tires on, new amount of fuel, and he's out in 7.8 seconds. Doesn't have to wait. And out he goes. Graf is set in, Sinobe, I think is also in, if I'm correct, but I'm not correct all the time, so I'm not sure. And I was actually, Wotzel is also in. Here comes Sinobe out of Spitz, basically with Martins.
Meanwhile, Chobot very close, but stays in front of Luca Farina. And I think I finally figured out the reason why nobody can pass Alexander Arnold, Dennis. Would you like to hear the reason? As Martins makes a move on Sonome, but the reason is because Arnold is running 0-0 wings.
That is a good explanation.
Yeah, would be, nevertheless. Yeah, Blake Moore has finally got some clean air, and let's see him unleash the pace he's got Well, he's in just one lap. He's finally jumped Arnold. It took him so long, but he's finally got the job done.
Yeah, at long last. This Sonome attacking. Martin's in front of him. It's the battle between Soto and Farina. Enrico's in, Bivona's in. There's Darabosh also in the pits.
The undercut appears to be quite strong. I wonder if Hansen and Curtis could perhaps jump past Valniger. Of course, I'm not worried in the long term because Valniger should have the pace to repass them very easily. But what if they manage to get a jump? That could be interesting. As Watzel is going to be very close to Bivona, and he'll be disappointed to know he's been jumped. Tsunami, meanwhile, fighting with Martins, staying behind Martins there.
Yep.
Free one moment there, meanwhile, on pit exit. That was a little fun.
Yeah, Farina also pitted. In the meantime,
Watch your Chobot. He's got made this time into turn 4. Nice and clean move. Vallinger is in, meanwhile, the race leader is in. And where is this gonna put him? I think Curtis might be able to jump. We'll see, this will be close. Nevertheless, if Ben Vallinger can hold out the 8.1 second stops, I think it might be closer than we think. But even if he gets jumped, he will still win this race comfortably, I think, if he just avoid any errors. As out of the pits comes Ben Vallinger, and there's Chow China, not Curtis. Well, Vallinger still leads the race just in front of Chow China.
Oh, that's
the undercut wasn't
really
that powerful. Andy, but watch, he's gonna go for it, you know. He doesn't care if he's not racing him for position. Vallinger holds on.
Yep, and I think Prozio currently P5, but he has to stop again, as we know.
Here goes Santo.
He's going for it.
One. That was incredibly close to contact. Both cars went extremely wide, but he had no way from making a move. And oh my god, no. Blackwood still stuck. No, he was in front of Arnold, but this is amazing. Arnold just went and re-overtook him anyway. Arnold train is back.
Good pass. Yeah.
How is Jafar Blackwood feeling in that cockpit right now? He's finally got the undercut and jumped this guy. And then 2 corners later, no, not 2 corners later, 4 corners later, he MFing jumps him. My goodness, I feel bad for Jafari. He's gonna have to do all the hard work again.
If he can make it stick this time around, because as we have seen, Arnold has a very fast car under his butt.
Yeah, indeed. And Blackwood is not going for it this time. I think he might have resigned himself to finishing behind Blake Moore, because Moore will have cleaner and the ability to pull away so China comes into the pits. He's been fueled quite heavy. Now in the second stint he'll be able to push. He's the last car yet to pit. And then he comes.
So getting his tires changed.
Here goes Blackwood this time. Is this finally it?
I have doubts on that one.
He's playing at the slipstream far too early.
Yep.
Meanwhile, it looks like Watts overtook Bivona somewhere, but Chow China is back in P12. And I think the charge is on. Into turn 4 meanwhile. Blackwood is gonna attack Arnold. But just not close enough.
Yeah. Do we have pit call for Potsuk?
He's already pitted once for damage, of course, but he will pit again. And just what sort of race is he hiding? Could he perhaps even try to go for points with Arnold impeding everybody?
Maybe. But let's see. We could see how the race still develops. Just he goes! Blackwood! Down inside is through! And
Finally.
But Arnold took the place in the next corner. Oh, this is side by
My
side.
God.
No.
No, Buck is finally gonna run the outside there. And I think he says, good riddance.
Yeah, that was a nice battle over 5 corners or something. You couldn't see it.
Yeah,
It's still
indeed. What an
keeping.
epic conclusion. Reminds me of the Verstappen and Bottas move, though it was a little bit under different circumstances. Nevertheless, Blackwood's pain is finally over. Now he can go after chasing Blake more. Or just
Yeah, here
selling
comes.
for his finishing position. Rico will
Here
be
comes
next.
Rico.
Oh, Arnold can't do anything about this. The Arnold trade has had a good run, but it is finally over. There's a move from Henry Watzel. He's overtaken Glenn as the two Primos will be next to battle each other. Protsuk, where will he rejoin? I told you might be close to the back group. Now Watzel attacks Arnold into turn 4. Round goes wide, but Watzel stays back. Vivona, the championship leader, will be picking up 1 point as things stand. Meanwhile, Protsuk is in 18th. Now
He's
scratch
under
that.
attack.
Still 18th, yes. As Farina, fighting with Martins to not be in last place, and he remains in last place.
So here's the battle between the Primas. Ooh, that was a huge lookup from Bivona, right behind his teammate. But
Yeah, that is true. Nevertheless, I think it's clear Bivona has better pace right now. But in this traffic, pace isn't gonna do you any much good. What's gonna do you good is racecraft. And let's see which Prima driver has the better racecraft here. We're still getting a little bit of a slipstream from Watzel, but Bivona seems to have lower wing package. So let's see if he can get the move done. Into the first corner. Can he get past his teammate? No. And go and hold down around the outside. Meanwhile, Curtis is 4.8 seconds behind Waldinger, but looks like the battle with Hansen will resume. So is this the first stint again, but mirrored? Who knows, really? Not mirrored, sorry, carbon copy of the first stint.
yep, I think it could be. Yes, he's still a battle between the Primas.
I don't want to lie, I think the race at the front so far has been a little bit boring, but in the midfield it has been absolutely exciting.
Yeah, that is a great summary of the race so far, I have to say. Great
Yeah,
but
indeed.
short.
As Bivona going for the outside, switching to the inside of his own teammate. I have to bring up rule 1, and thankfully they respect it.
Yep.
5 seconds exactly. Wallinger is increasing his gap 5.5. He's gonna have second in the last sector. Hansen is already back of Anchors. This could be close. Let's see if she can overtake him.
Okay,
The two
Swagatino
Dragons
is
are entering
faster
turn
than
3
you.
right now.
Can you
one
confirm
behind the
you
other. This will be
understood that
interesting.
message?
As meanwhile, Arnold, under pressure from Watzel. The Brit's gonna go for it, you know. And can he get him? Yes, he can get him.
True. I think actually the tires from Arnold are not very much good. Here's Potiuk attacking Oscar, but stays behind for now at least.
5.7. Meanwhile, wait, Hansen overtook her teammate. Where did she get him?
Yep, I think turn 1.
Only have to confirm.
Yep, it was turn 1. My prediction was correct. Here, Hansen goes. And now Hansen up into P2. But the gap to Waldinger still big.
5.8 seconds. I think that might be a little bit of a long shot, but we'll see. I think Rose Hansen might be able to close it down if she can push really hard and find some good pace, but it will be difficult. Meanwhile, Prima Bell round 2, Ivana goes to the outside. I expect him to switch to the inside and then send it down into the braking zone. Well, apart from the last part, he did everything I said he was going to do. Apart from the last part. 5.6 actually. Hansen's clawed back the gap just a little bit, 2/10 of a second. And you have to wonder, has Curtis impeding Hansen earlier in the first stint, has it harmed Dryden's chances at a race win perhaps? Because Hansen is starting to gain on Ben Zweininger just a little bit.
I would actually say yes. Because you could see at the beginning that Hansen was definitely faster.
Gotta move behind.
Forward against Starbush.
Darbosh stays ahead and Tsunome is gonna come through. Meanwhile, Protsyuk is up in her 16th. But Tsunome staying behind here, 5.6 still between P1 and P2. Blackwood is 4.4 behind Moore, so watch that gap. But yeah, Russell Protsyuk seems to have a very strong pace right now. He's caught up to these guys. And don't forget, Protsyuk will pick up the 2 points for fastest lap if they can stay as is. Now then, Bavona's gonna get another shot. Goes to the right, is gonna switch to the left and stand into the braking zone. But I think he just left his braking on too early as Chobot. He's gonna try the same and fail the same way.
And look who was there in the scoop already. Protsyuk.
What? Yeah, I knew he was behind these guys.
Yeah, but that shows how good that pace for Protsyuk really is.
Yeah, but still, him wiping out his teammate was a little bit of a brain fade.
That is true.
I think. Nevertheless, Nguyen will have the gap to keep Bavona behind. I think Chao Chat, as a matter of fact, might want to get back into those points. Don't forget he has fresher tires than these guys, so Nguyen could be compromising his teammate, as Protsyuk is up to 15th place. Next target for him is the 2 VARs of Chobot and Darabosh. And I don't think he's taking any prisoners. He's gonna go for it right away. He's been very aggressive today, and this has been controlled aggression this time. And while he might crash this ultimate guy, it's Nguyen again. He's out once again, and what's happened to him? Well, the 2-time race winner, his chances of making it free were definitely very low. Now he's out, and he was trying to defend from the
he just got off by himself.
I just completely missed the braking zone.
And yeah, then
gravel
took out and hit the wall.
And no grip in the gravel, just a passenger. Well, China is back in the points. He'll be next one to Honda Mivona. But this is a loss for Prema. Last race, Gwen was robbed of what could have been a podium for no fault of his own with that problem. Now, it wasn't a podium he was fighting for, it was points, but he's thrown them away completely and he'll be very, very disappointed with that. I think he'll bang himself. He's the best driver here with his record, but that record won't be extended anytime soon, as Protsyuk gets up to 14th just before the yellows.
Yeah, that was a good timing for Protsyuk indeed.
2 moves in the space of 4 corners. He's really taking no prisoners today, other than his teammate.
Yeah, indeed.
Meanwhile, the gap is 5.2. Rose Hansen is gaining onto Ben Zwellinger, but the gains are nowhere near substantial. She's gonna need to gain more if she wants to catch up to him. Confirmation that Gwen is out. What a shame, but yeah, very much unforced error.
Yeah. No, that means that South China is now in the points.
Yeah, and he's gonna keep pushing. And I wonder about Protsyuk, if he might have a shot at something. Meanwhile, Wallinger's finally stepped out on throttle and picked up the pace. The gap has suddenly grown right back to 5.9, so I think he just wanted to dash Hansen's hopes for the win. We know, and he's gonna get another position. He overtook 1 VAR on the previous lap, and now he's gonna get out of Bosch. My god, Ruslan Protsyuk is on fire right now. Protsyuk's on fire. Their defense is terrified, and I hope you enjoyed my little parody of the Will Grigg parody song, and it's now someone is gonna attack the other bush.
36 years old Wigwig's on fire.
Oh no, Protix just crashed! I said he was on
Oh.
fire, and now he's in the barrier.
We jinxed it. We jinxed it. Oh, Merkel.
Well, this was the perfect jinx, and you got us demonetized, Flubber. My goodness me.
It wasn't
Well,
heard because I was still on mute at that point. But oh my god.
Flo said the F word,
Oh,
and nevertheless, but we have to take a look at the replay.
oh my
Come on.
goodness me.
Yeah, sorry.
Last race, Project was literally on fire as his engine failed. This time, he was so hyped with all the overtakes he was making that he
Can't believe
forgot to
that.
brake for turn 4.
I think it was actually exactly the same as Juan Nguyen did.
No, I
Let's
think
see
the crash
what
was much more high speed. Look, he started to slip before the braking zone even. He was really
It
struggling
was
there.
actually the same.
Maybe there's oil on the track at that part.
Could be, but from whom?
No idea.
Okay, that's a big question.
Either way, I'll be proud and disappointed for this perfect jinx. Proud that we got the perfect jinx. Sad that it was a jinx.
Yeah. But this is, I have to say, it's a bit of karma for crashing his teammate out.
Uh,
But also, oh, yo. It was some good timing there from Chobot to get past
Yeah.
his teammate.
Well, with Protsuk out, I think China can breathe a sigh of relief. He'll be in the points, no matter what. So, yeah, as Wallinger has just gone faster than his personal best by 1/1000 of a second in the first sector. So he's pushing to build the gap to Hansen to mark his territory, I think, and hold on to that lead. Meanwhile, Blackwood is gaining on more. The gap is about 2.7 seconds. He's gonna gain some more. As here goes Tsunome attacking Darbosh. Can he get him? Into the first corner we go. Tsunome up in the 13th place.
Yeah. Yeah, he comes.
I think it might be the
It's gone.
crosswind before that caused those crashes. Interesting.
Yeah. And it was good thought from Joe there.
And I have learned my lesson never to compare F2 drivers to any Northern Irish footballers. So I'm sorry whoever wants to be compared to Patrick Fede, you're not going to be compared. As Bivona is all over the back of Alexander Arnold. Those two were first and second in Formula E last season, now they're fighting for position in F2 as Oskan is attacking Darabosh, almost hitting the back of him, but thankfully not hitting the back of him.
Yeah, and he's also Bivona trying to again make the move on Arnold for P8.
If this was Arnold in
So,
the first
it's
stint, Bivona would be stuck for a really long time, but I think he's gonna get this move done. And will he still lead the championship? I believe he will still lead the championship after today. I could be wrong,
also-
of course. As Adam Chobot is next to attack Gabriel Quintino, can't overtake Gabriel Quintino, but Samuel Oskan is trying to overtake Dara Bosch, fails. 2.1, meanwhile, Blackwood is getting some more and more, no pun intended. Yeah, that fight develops. Watzel is also gaining
It
on
was a
Gabriel
good
Rico. Gabriel Rico is set to take his first F2 points, thank you, as Oskan overtakes Daniel Darabosh there.
Yep. Oscar up into P14.
Fun fact
also
though,
that
even
would
though
be-
Project Crash will take the 2 points for fastest lap as things stand.
Yeah, if someone doesn't get a mechanical problem in pits, he should be safe for those 2 points.
Yeah, but here goes Adam Chobot attacking Gabriel Quintino. He's been stuck there. Usin Onome almost hit him on the entry to the corner. So I may try to take advantage by going around the outside, but Chobot promptly and decisively shut the door. I think Hento might need a change of pants right about now, but in the meantime, Chobot's gonna have another run at Gabriel Quintino. We'll see if we can get him on the front straight or not.
Okay. Now here comes Jobot. Trying to go along down the inside in turn 1.
Doesn't
You
seem
make
to
it
have the
steep. No.
overlap. No,
Yeah, but he stays behind.
indeed. Also, I just want to point out, don't forget we had some crashes after the checkered flag in past seasons here, so we might get one after this race ends. But now, over in turn 4, can overtake Quintino. Hansen is 6.2 behind Varlinger. She's still losing, but not as much time as before. Meanwhile, Blackwood is 1.6 seconds behind Blakemore. He's absolutely getting a lot on him. He will be in second distance before the end of the race. This should be entertaining quite before. They fought it BTCC, another starting return in F2 as well. As Quintino's run is alright, the camps are here up the hill, and now they're gonna go down the hill to prepare them in towards La Caixa. You can see he's gaining Adam Chobot, but just doesn't have any sort of grip on the braking. It's strange. It
Here's
looks
the
like
battle for
China
P9.
got up to Alexander Arnold. And I'm gonna be sad for this guy. He's starting second and has a brilliant defending, but I think his tires caught up with him, and now he might drop down to 10th place if China can get him now.
Yep.
He's getting a lot in the slipstream. I think this is it.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe Arnold still found some of that magic. As Chobot tries to get Quintino once again, just doesn't seem to have any sort of straight line speed. Differential. Let's try to get him. As Hansen is not gaining on Wallinger. She's dropped on her front end, so a second. Wallinger continuing to increase his advantage. As Graf is going for the move on Darabosh. He's got him into turn 4 nice and clean. So well done there. And yeah, I'm
But
not
it's
sure
only
what
for
else.
P15.
It's
So,
still a move.
yeah, that is true. That is true indeed.
Graf's go in this race has not been the most eventful, but it was fun. As Adam Chobot is acting up with Quintino.
Especially in the midfield. Here comes
Flo
Sinome.
is going for the move. He's got him nice and clean on Chobot. Maybe he can overtake Quintino. Flo, give us a hint in the chat, in Discord chat on the voted track. Give me and Dennis a hint and tell me if we can share it with the audience or not.
But don't make it too easy, please. Here's the leader. Right comfortably out in front with the Michael Schumacher helmet.
He hasn't had to do anything since lap 1 or to just manage the gap
Yeah, he just
and manage the tires. But he's done a brilliant job so far. He hasn't won since Laguna Seca in 2017, I believe it was.
I don't know actually. Okay.
Don't say it.
I don't know it.
Alright. Well, Sonoma is still gaining on Quintino. We'll see if we can get him into turn 9 perhaps, as we got 4 laps to go for our race leader. Are we allowed to share that hint, Flo, or are we? No, I think we're gonna keep quiet, since if we figure it out, I think he will figure it out.
Oh, here comes Sinome on the inside, but
there's been some contact. Oh, I see. Can we take a replay a little bit, because there was some very strange movement at turn 9 in the battle between Sonoma and theirs. There was behind, not with them, but
no. Sonoma. There.
Ooh, yeah, from Moscon. What was that from Chobot? He just moved under braking. Oh yeah, Laguna Seca 2017 was last time we won. Thank you for the manager. As Blackwood has got the move done. up in the 4th place, and Jafar Blackwood is having one hell of a good race now that he's cleared Arnold. He's cleared Blackmore as well. Look at this Oscan going very, very aggressively into turn 1. How did they not collide there, and how did he not take the position?
Yeah, that could give Graf an opportunity to make the move here into turn 4, maybe. Wait, no, that's Star was behind. I thought he would make the move, but no.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here's China still on the back of Arnold. We got 3 laps to go for the race leader. Arnold defends the inside, and China stays behind them. Yeah, I think China's second stint was a little underwhelming, given that he's been stuck in traffic. If you took Arnold earlier, I think he might have been able to challenge Bavona for P8, but I'm not so sure anyway. Blackwood is 10 seconds behind Curtis. There's no way he's going to get him in time, unless he can get into maximum overdrive. Nevertheless, here goes China. He's going to try to attack Alexander Arnold, and maybe this time he can pass him if he has train line speed for it. It's not the first time he's impeded dams for ages, is Alexander Arnold. But can China try to clear him this time? No, it's the same defense as before. Dog, meanwhile, attacking Quintino. Into turn 1, having to back down there. Yeah, this race is getting a little bit boring, apologies for that, but it's not the worst, as here goes Adam Chobot attacking Gabriel Quintino, shuts the door. In turn 4, there was no gap for him to make the move. 7.9 lead for Ben Svallinger was super dominant. We still had this race firmly under control the entire time. 2 to go. Look at this, China is going to go for it again. And switch into turn 9. He's staying behind. As now, Oskan is going to get a great shot. And so is Chobot. He's going to get a shot at Quintino. And Oskan going to come through as well. Now Oskan's going to stay put. And no overtake. Quintino doing some very good defensive driving. And I think Chobot, who's been behind him for quite a few laps, will be a little pissed off at that. Nevertheless, Arnold beat China at around 5,000 is about to begin. And can get him this time onto the front straight, but the slipstream quite early. Blackwood meanwhile gained 1.1 seconds on Curtis, but he doesn't have enough time. As China once again failed to overtake. We might have a fight between Bavona and Watzel, mind you. As here goes Chobot. He's slower than Quintino in a straight line. You know, it's therefore China fails once again to get the move done. I thought for a second he might have had it, but no.
He's still stuck behind.
Afraid so.
Is this guy Ben Baldinger starting now his final lap of the race?
Well, I don't think I have any complaints to make about that sort of drive. He just needs to bring it home, of course. Alexander Arnold still holding on to P9. He had his own version of the truly train for most of this race, but now it's gone. It's just fighting one dude. Overtook. Adam Chobot is trying to overtake Gabriel Coutinho but fails. When did he get Chobot actually?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Either way, here goes China. He's getting one last shot in turn 1. Can he get Alexander Arnold this time and 1000th time? Well, he couldn't get him into turn 1. He's gonna have to go for it into turns 4 or 9. Those are the only remaining options. As Oscar is slower in the street, amazing.
He's 3 km/h faster, Quintino is.
It's a good advantage, but here comes
his teammate pulling Bruno and dominating until he had a brake failure. This time, no failures, nothing to disturb him. As Ben Svallinger is back to winning ways after 4 seasons. He wins the Spanish Grand Prix First win since Laguna Seca 2017. It's been a long time coming. He moved away from Prima after 3 disappointing seasons, and now he's a winner again.
Yeah, congratulations to him and also to Ross Hansen and Aaron Curtis for the podium.
Yeah, first ever podium for Rose Hansen. I think she's done very, very well. Should be very happy with that. Blackwood closed the gap to Curtis to 6.9 seconds. Brilliant pace. But all the traffic
So
he had
first
from
points
Arnold
for
cost
Rico,
him podium.
Formula 2.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Meanwhile, China will finish
First point for
P10.
Campos.
Yes. That's the top 10. Sonome will be P11. Pretty entertaining race he's had, but just didn't have the pace to fight for points, I'm afraid. Quintino has his own little bit of a train here, a lot of cars, but he finishes 12th. Martins will take P18, Lonely Race, Farina P19, and Protiuk will hold on to the fastest lap despite crashing out. But Ben Svallinger,
Yes, somehow.
it's his first win in a very long time, and I think he'll be very
yes,
satisfied
yellow
with that.
flag,
We did
yellow
have
flag.
a crash after the checkered flag, I told you.
There's a big one. I think Graf was involved.
It's the Quintino train. These guys finally got sick of it. Yeah, Darbosch just ran to the back of Graf, and then Suto ran into the back of both.
Oh.
And then that took out Shobot well.
Oh dear. The Showbot also. I think these were 3 drivers with lost wheels.
Yeah. And Shobot almost avoided it, but then got absolutely slammed
So
in his left rear.
Part of his front wing.
If he did that on the previous lap, he might have collapsed some positions, but this is after the checkered flag. And just an unnecessarily big repair bill for all these teams. As thankfully he's avoiding the marshal there, as Dennis Graf.
Yep.
But Hans Wallinger, he may not be the greatest commentator, but he's a pretty good driver, and he's been a very good driver today. I think he'll be very, very satisfied with that drive. Brilliant performance, and no faults with this drive whatsoever. He's won not by an immense margin, but he's always been in control of this race from the beginning. Led every single lap and won by just under 9 seconds. Brilliant win, and a great way to get back on top of the world. First win for United Virtuosi for him, and he'll be very satisfied with that. Ben Svallinger is the winner. Rose Hansen takes her first podium in Formula 2. Well done. Aaron Curtis joins her. P3 for Trent, but still, the hunt for that race win continues for the reigning champion. Jafari Blackwood has had a very solid drive, finishes P4. What could have been, though, if he wasn't impeded majorly by Alexander Arnold? Same case for Blake Moore, he finishes P5. Gabriel Rico takes his first F2 points in P6. After a bad luck he's had in the first few races, he's finally in the points. Great showing. Henry Watzel, a consistent drive, a solid drive, takes P7. Algatino Bivona, taking 4 points to contribute to his championship tally with P8. Alexander Arnold, who held up so many people today, takes P9. Having started in second, he will only take 2 points. Feng Chao China will take the last point in 10th, and Hento Sonome will miss out on points with P11.
Gabriel Quintino's P12. Samuel Oscar finishes in P13. Adam Chobot in P14. Dennis Graf in P15. At least made up a few positions. And of course, he's very happy that his teammate scored his first Formula 2 points. That was Daniels in P16. Josef Felix Suto in P17. Jonas Martins P18. And Luca Farina, the last one to cross the line. And Ruslan Podziuk, Roman Nguyen, and Tobias Kress all retired from this race.
Yep, that's right. All of them thanks to accident damage. Though in Kress's case, it wasn't his fault. But we're going to check the fastest lap to confirm that Ruslan Protsiuk takes 2 bonus points home.
Yes,
well, that's all he's got from today's race. Hansen and Blackwood having some very impressive pace as well, as has Wallinger. Up next, we are going to Flo. Are we allowed to tell the hint now? As we're getting ready for the national land. So yeah, well, Flo lets us know. Okay, we can tell you the hint. So the hint is red, white, and blue, no particular order. And yeah, that was the hint. But now to honor the race winner for the first time since 2017, it'll be the Hungarian national anthem playing for Ben Svallinger. All right, thank you guys. And Flo, text us in the Discord chat what it is.
Ooh,
I knew it. I knew it. But yeah, before we reveal it, who is your driver of the day, guys? And I'm actually gonna give it to Ben Zwallinger because he was very in command of the entire race.
yep, I agree with you there. It was a beautiful drive by Ben Waldinger. He was faster than everyone, consistent pace, the deserved driver of the day and race winner.
Yep, for me it's the same because he absolutely walked today's race.
Yeah, so that's 3 votes for Ben Zwallinger. I don't think we can have any complaints with that. But this voted track, just a heads up first, for this season the voting system has changed. It not on YouTube anymore, and they are completely hidden, so that no smart cookie like Ra, for instance, can spoil the result for us in the Discord chat. But yeah, never mind that. Uh, the people have voted, and it's I did not know this when I was doing the commentary. It was just a coincidence, but I did mention this track quite a lot, especially what happened last season. And Ben Zwallinger took pole the last season. He took pole this season, and I mentioned just as he crossed the line, he was denied a win there last season with a failure. But this time, we're gonna go back there again, and come on, it's Bruno. Come on, I've revealed it already. So yeah, red, white, and blue. That's the Czech Republic. We'll be going to the Czech Republic once again, but earlier in the season this
Nice.
time.
A great track indeed.
And I swear I did. I mentioned Bruno so many times in this race before the reveal, but I did not know that was it. Just a happy coincidence.
That was unintentional, I can confirm.
Looks like, yeah. For you, many were thinking of US tracks, but this was a. I think you'll be happy with Bruno as well, guys. We had some good racing here last season. What do you think, Dennis?
Yeah, Bruno was a great race last season. And also repeat this, of course. Last season's winner is also on the grid, which is Hendel Sunome, so he will be great. He will be glad to return to the track he won last season.
But yeah, and that's been it from us in Barcelona. 3 weeks, thank you, Joe, until we actually get back to F2. That'll be a little bit of a delay, but of course, don't forget, we got the big one in 2 weeks' time, the Indy 500, baby, and that's on its way very shortly. The week after the Monaco Grand Prix, the Indy 500 should be one hell of an affair. That should be very entertaining. As Blake has just said, Bruno in the Czech Republic. I can't wait for the Indy 500 personally, and I also can't wait for Bruno. It should be very entertaining. But that's been it from us, myself, and Dennis so far today, guys. Thank you very much for joining us in the stream, even though I was low energy for this race. I've worked shifts, so yeah. But thank you very much, guys, and I will see you again for the next one. And by the way, Blake, your comment is definitely getting added to OC quotes. Thank you.
Lol.
Cheeky answer there, right?
Yeah, right. But also, don't forget tomorrow
so
we have the
everyone's
top class.
enthusiastic today. Yeah, but they know about the top class.